Hello and welcome to From a Basement in Tulsa. I'm Jason Ferguson. Thank you guys for listening, and thanks so much to the Raven Charter for being here. What's up, fellas? How you doing?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. I'm having a good day. Welcome to Tulsa.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
We're having a great time.
It's a lovely town.
I'm having a great time.
It's a fancy place. I like this place. Welcome to a basement. You guys said there's not so many of them around, huh?
No, we were.
This is foreign to us.
Yes,
Not me.
not Brian.
I'm from Kansas, so I know all about them.
Yes.
Kansas has a bunch of basements instead.
They do. Because there are a lot of tornadoes, so.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen The Wizard of Oz. We get it.
Exactly.
I think it's actually called the basement state. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not.
That's
but
not accurate, actually. No.
What, you guys are from Denton? Yeah?
Well, we all met in Denton. We're actually, most of us are from Dallas. I'm from Fort Worth. I'm Anthony Sosa, by the way.
Oh, yeah, please.
They can't see you wave.
They can't see me
It
wave.
was a fancy way.
you should do it anyway.
Is the sound of my voice. But we all met at UNT up in Denton in 2003. And so that's, I guess you can say we kind of started there. But Brian's from Kansas City.
I'm from Kansas City. I didn't meet in
Brian's
Denton.
from Craigslist.
Yeah, we found him literally
Actually,
on
that's true.
Craigslist.
Yeah.
Nope.
Perfect.
It's about, what,
Was it
two years?
Craigslist
Yeah, a
Personals?
couple years ago. The first time I've ever used it. The only time I've ever used it.
Yeah, maybe we should work our way up to when all that happened and stuff.
Yeah. First, please go around. There's 6 of us in here now, so please introduce yourselves, and then everybody can work out your voices later, maybe.
Eric.
I'm not going to say much. So.
That's Eric.
I'm Eric. I play keys.
Yeah.
I'm Brian. I'm the one from Kansas City.
What do you play, Brian?
A little of this, a little of that.
Very good. Perfect.
Mainly only drums.
Mainly only.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
I'm Daniel. I play guitar.
I'm Garrett. I sing
Very good.
sometimes.
Man, I was listening to you guys' songs, and well, actually what happened is Nick from Sleepwalking Home, I was buying stuff that I couldn't afford for this podcast at Guitar Center, and he was there. He's like, you know what, you should have the Raven Charter on your podcast. And I was like, I don't know those guys, but then but then I looked you guys up, and your songs are awesome, especially No Direction. That's the one that stuck in my head all the time. And yeah, so that's good. So Sleepwalking Home, seeing you guys here,
Yeah,
you're playing with them
Those guys
here
are
in Tulsa.
great.
Yeah.
Nick's really awesome. Justin, too. All the guys, they're all
Yeah.
really, really awesome.
And the gal.
And the
And
girl.
the gal. Yes, absolutely.
They were on a previous
people.
episode.
Yeah.
When they came to talk about their new albums, Army of Skin,
Army of
and
Skin,
it's
yeah.
it's so freaking good.
It was a good episode. They
They're
sounded
awesome.
like they were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I don't think they were an episode where we got too drunk, but there was a couple of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we're excited. This is our, fourth or fifth show that we've done with them. We met them in Fort Worth maybe 4 or 5 months ago now, and we were like, who are...
It was way longer than that.
Yeah, it's probably about a year ago.
Yeah, you think
Man, time flies.
it's definitely been a year.
And it's hard to tell. Yeah, okay. A year ago. And at Lola's, and we were like, who are these guys? They got thrown on like the day before the show. They ended up opening, like it was like a 4-band bill or something.
It was good. It was at Lola's.
Yeah, it was really good. We were like, who are these guys? Where did they come from? They weren't from around the area or anything, and they just blew us away. And so we like, hey, let's trade some shows. This would be a lot of fun. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were up here last time in January. We played with them at the Downtown Lounge. And that was really fun.
Yeah, it was a
It's
blast.
a good time.
That's a good place.
From what I
man.
remember.
They gave us a free case of PBR
They do. Man.
That's a
And
good
we
thing.
drank all of it.
and listened to Thrice.
Yes.
I think we put like only Thrice on the jukebox. We just like got obsessed. Like, we're gonna do the entire album of Artists in the Ambulance.
Do we just become a Thrice cover band right now?
We've mulled that over. It was an option.
It's come up.
It's been a topic.
Big fans of those guys.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad you guys are back in Tulsa now. Thanks for stopping by.
Most of us, anyway.
Well, yeah, we are a man down.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Again.
my older brother Brandon, who's the other guitar player, he is unable to join us this weekend, unfortunately. But my little brother just so happens to be in town, so he went to college here. He was here for work this weekend. He called me today. He's like, "Are you guys coming to Tulsa?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You coming to visit or play a show?" And I was like, "What did you just say?"
He
And
doesn't
like,
play
"Yeah, it
guitar,
wasn't a
but
really
we
good
might
show."
we might give him one and
Yeah, just
see
track
what
it. It'll be
happens.
fine.
Say Phil.
He looks kind of like Brandon. You just let him
Yeah, they
stand
look
there.
the same.
Yeah.
It works on TV.
Great.
Yeah.
There we go.
We can separate it. That other
You know,
guitar
we're
player.
actually gonna have hologram Brandon.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's what we're gonna do.
That's a cool technology that I'm excited to see like blow up. I'm excited to see huge. And I also just read this week that we might have people on Mars by 2030. How insane would that be? I don't know much about it, but
Believe it.
but that
no
just
way.
believe it.
not so
way.
not
2030?
not
We have to
colonized.
leave like yesterday to get there in time.
We'd have
It takes like, it takes like 2 years to get there.
It
There's
takes
a-
forever to get there.
There's a
2
new
years.
There's a new drive.
No, it's,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
new
it's like
drive.
6
They
to 8
just,
months.
yeah, they just came out with a new rocket. Like
One way like 6 to 8 months, I think.
Oh yeah, I thought
yeah.
the whole trip was like 2 years.
No,
So
yeah, it's
there's a
not- I
new
think it's-
thing that I heard about. I think it's
Yeah.
ran by magnets, which is I don't know. I don't know
It's
shit about
slow.
it.
The impossible
It's like a-
drive.
Yeah, magnets.
It's like a
How
slow
do they work?
acceleration. It's a slow acceleration over a long period of time. So it ends up just gradually gaining speed, and because there's no resistance or no drag in space, it just by the time you reach the
Did you say dragons in space?
no drag.
That's
There's no.
this sounds like the next big HBO
There's
show.
no drag, but there's definitely
There
dragons.
are no dragons in
There's for
space.
sure
Matthew
dragons in
McConaughey.
space. What are you talking about?
Dragons in Space is actually going to be the name of the new album.
Those Game of Thrones dragons
was
got
about to
nothing
say.
on dragons in space.
Right.
I'm still catching up. Don't say nothing.
No. Have you finished season 1 yet?
Yeah,
We are-
no,
we're
No,
ceasing
no
our
spoilers, but there are dragons.
Can you guys talk me into
we
watching that
saw
show
that.
again? Because I watched the first episode and passed out hard, and I was like, man, I'm going to Once Upon a Time.
Dude, you gotta
Pretty
watch.
much exactly what happened to me.
Just watch the first season and the fourth season. You can skip the middle too.
No, you gotta
Yeah.
see all of them.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Just read the Wikipedia.
Everybody
synopsis.
that's everybody
you
that's
could do
into
that.
it is really into that show. So I'm like, man, there's got to be something.
I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
cool.
There's a lot of bubes.
Yeah,
That there is.
I'm in. I am now a fan of
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. I'm in.
Sweet.
Boobs and Dragons can't really beat that. There's not as much male nudity as they like to let you think. Apparently, South Park did this thing about
Wieners.
Oh, really?
wieners in Game of Thrones.
Or is that one guy that tried to kill the?
TV show about a TV show. I get it. All right.
That Wendy.
Yeah.
Tell me about your music, fools. I've only.
Oh, is that why we're here?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
About
we can
wieners and
venture
dragons,
off
yeah.
wieners, dragons, and no direction.
I like it. I like it. Who wants to go first? Someone say something.
First, if I had to describe your band, if I had forgotten your name and I was like, oh, that band, trying to tell somebody who's coming, I would have just. What stuck out the most about that video was your hair. I was like, that dude's got the longest hair. Sosa has the longest hair I've seen in a band. So look forward to that if you check out their video. It's like,
We've been grooming him for this for a while.
Yeah.
It's been in print that his hair defies the laws of physics.
This is true.
that's why he knew so much about space.
It's been yeah.
15, 20 years of playing guitar, and all we've got going for us is Sosa's hair.
No, I had the song stuck in my head. The song stuck out. The video itself was like, man, look at his hair flying around. I'm jealous. Look at that.
We should interview Sosa's hair instead of the band.
That's a pretty long hair yourself.
My hair's long, but
Oh, you guys should have a hair
I haven't
off.
got the I haven't got the skill of moving it while I'm playing because I just don't move while I'm playing. So my hair just stays there looking fancy. but
looking
it
nice.
Sosa moves
doesn't have the
Put a
magic.
fan in front of
The
you.
thing is, Sosa's hair moves him.
like the tail wagging the dog.
It's cool for like 45 minutes, and then after that, it's just a whole mess of knots and grossness.
Sometimes
So,
it sucks
so,
and
so
breaks.
in 6
Oh, yeah, it's
years,
got
you
stuck in my
haven't
guitar.
learned your lesson on that?
No, well, see, no, it's the reason I have the hair is for the shows. The other 95% of the time that it's up and behind me, I don't really care
It's a
for
huge
it.
pain in
but-
the ass.
Yeah, it's a huge pain in the ass, but
A
it's
nice little bun before I go to work.
put it up my hat.
My hair
Yeah,
knit under my hat.
exactly.
Okay.
So my most terrifying moment on stage was when
Did you say terrifying or terrifying?
it's got jokes.
No, I really
my
not
most
sure.
terrifying. My most terrifying moment, and also my most terrifying, was when we're at Trees, which is a pretty prominent venue, and it's in Dallas. And there are a lot of people there, and he was headbanging, and he got his hair stuck in the headstock of my guitar, and it wasn't just like stuck a little bit where like I could just like pull away, like so I start pulling and like turning the other direction, and his head starts coming with the headstock of my guitar. So
like a
so
Rube
I have
Goldberg
to.
machine.
So at this point, I have to stop playing because we have a real problem on our hands. We can't continue the show this way. So I take my left hand and I grab the chunk of hair that's connected to the guitar, and I take my right hand and I grab the headstock of my guitar, and I just rip. There's for the rest of the show, there are like 15 strands of Sosa's hair just dangling from the headstock of my guitar. It was so gross, and there's nothing I could do about it.
I didn't even really know it. I knew that I couldn't move, and I was just like stood there and let Daniel take care of everything, and then just got up and go from there.
This is what happens when you have a cartoon character in your band. I mean, there are many stories like this.
Right.
Not all of them involve his hair, but
Yeah.
This is true.
That is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
I work on some at work. I have motors that spin really fast, and I'm just like super scared all the time.
Oh man.
But I keep my hair up.
Yeah,
like,
that's
like yourself. But that when he said that his hair got stuck, and I was like, oh no.
It's like Final Destination or something.
Exactly. Some scary shit.
One time, like my shirt got caught in one of the fans, and I was just like picturing if it was my head. I was like, no, thank you. It's much better with the guitar stock. I wish you would have left the hairs there if they became part of your guitar.
Yeah, when I changed the strings the next time, they all fell out,
like the
unfortunately.
alien
But they definitely made it through a couple more shows.
I remember at practice, like the week or two after that, you're like, your hairs are still on my guitar. Like, grr.
How much better did you play?
Well, when you have the magic of Sosa's hair helping you along,
What's the
there's
symbiotic
nothing.
relationship?
There's nothing you can't do. No solo you can't play.
I hope so, buddy. I hope so. Hope it helps.
Thanks.
I carry around some of Sosa's hair in my pocket.
Just a lock.
It's like a little
I carry just a.
nice pink ribbon around.
Garrett's got a coif too, but it's just a lot smaller. So I like to carry a little
I have
Garrett.
a what?
Got quite a coif there.
Yeah, I got a haircut recently.
That's the same hair you sell at your merch table, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you pay us extra, we'll cut Sosa's hair right in front of you. And
Fresh.
You can get it. You can get it fresh.
Fresher.
Ain't happening.
Fresh lock.
just a tiny
It's so
little.
weird.
Sorry.
I think that's what we should start doing. Everybody comments on his hair. I feel like it really is important to the identity of the band. We should start selling it off.
So I wasn't the first one to mention that.
Oh no!
Oh man, you guys acted so surprised that I talked about that.
We've
we're very
lived in the
polite.
shadow of Sosa's hair for years now.
We could.
At least they're taking you along with you. You know,
Well,
taking you along with the hair or whatever. I mean, whatever I meant to say.
there's my hair, and that's cool and stuff. But there's music that goes
Oh,
with
yeah.
it too.
That's-
There's songs and stuff.
That's
that
how
we have.
we're supposed to start this conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Music.
Yeah, we're a band, by the way, in case you were curious what we do.
Here to play some songs.
We play songs.
We play songs. We came here to play songs.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Some of our songiest songs.
But as far as like, I guess describing our music aside from Sosa's hair, it was actually the last time we were in town. It was after our last show at Downtown Lounge when we played with Sleepwalking Home. We were hammered after a lot of shots and a case of PBR and then some. And we were just like sitting in our hotel room talking, and we finally realized instead of like trying to say, oh, we're aggressive, alternative, progressive power rock, punk. We didn't even know.
Just thinking about it.
We finally realized what we were. Like last time we were here, we had the revelation. We're just a rock band, just straight up. Our new stuff is just rock. It's the easiest way to describe it now.
Yeah, we kind of held with the moniker prog rock band or a prog band for a long time. Because when we all met at Denton at UNT, we were definitely influenced by the jazz scene up there and the more like intellectual stylings of music, things you can do with music. And so we were writing 5, 6, 7 minute songs, 8-minute songs and stuff. And now we're kind of, we've written 2 EPs. We're currently working on a full length right now. And so now that we've got Brian with us, a new drummer, kind of giving us a new direction, and Garrett finally getting to do a lot of writing on his own and stuff since he came in the band 4 years ago. This is like the first full length, like, all right, this is a vision. This is our image. This is what we're doing. We're putting it out there. And so we kind of, like Garrett said, decided like, well, we wanted to find this as rock, not as all this other stuff, not as prog or any of those things are there, but we're a rock band. So, and that might sound silly to like, oh, you just figured out you're a rock band after you've been together for 9 years, but
No, I like it.
The answer is yes. We just
Well,
You know you're rock the whole time, but just started to add a bunch of names.
Yeah.
I'm generally just like, I play songs. That's it.
Yeah.
man, music's
Or
music.
cheesy, goofy love songs with an acoustic guitar. That's a good way to describe my
Those are
songs.
the best ones to play.
we like those too.
But
You can do that by yourself too. You don't need.
yeah, I play a lot of acoustic
That's
shows.
cool, man.
I do have a sweet band now, but
Awesome.
most of the time, just because
I think bands are more fun.
they are more fun.
Bands
I
are way more fun.
have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think what's I'm really fortunate, at least me personally, like I love these guys in this band because more than, I don't know, how do I say this? Like being in a band is a whole bunch of different things, and like you go into it and you think, oh, it's about music, where we want to create this thing. Okay, that's cool. You can do that, but you can't really do any of that unless you can communicate to the people in your band and can get along with them and all be on the same page together. And like playing with other people, you kind of start seeing like, well, hey, these these guys are kind of dysfunctional. They're not honest with each other. They don't talk, or this person in the band has too big of an ego to see this or that or whatever. But like, we've been playing together long enough to where we've kind of worked out all those issues, and we just run really well, like a nice oiled machine. And so I love playing in a band with these guys because we work and we all understand each other. We understand each other's idiosyncrasies or, problems and the things that we're good at and stuff. And so
Part of it.
And that's not to say that we don't disagree on things.
Oh, absolutely.
We definitely, absolutely don't see eye to eye on everything. But, I mean, at the end of the day, 3 of the other 5 members of this band I've been playing with for 9 years plus, and the other 2 are pretty much just as close to me. These guys... We really are brothers, even outside of the practice room and the stage. Brian got married. Garrett was at his wedding.
Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Jamaica.
You went to Jamaica to get married?
I did.
That sounds awesome.
It was
We just like to have a good time together. We certainly would like to do something serious for real with the music here, but we just have a fun time doing what we do,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could stop playing shows tomorrow and we would still be a band whether we like it or not. It's sort of it's like family. It's permanent now. We're stuck. Can't seem to get out of it. Yeah.
But like a big important thing that's been a difference in our show, I guess, for the past couple of years is kind of what Eric was saying. Like, the band took itself really seriously. Not that we don't take ourselves seriously, but before I joined, the band was taking themselves ultra seriously, and instead of it being like a rock show, it was more like a, I don't know, what do you guys want to call it? Like some...
It was a blacklight spectacle.
Yeah.
It was much more
It's
theatrical.
like, it's like instead of, saying what's up and chugging a beer between songs, they did like segues and stuff of like monologues. It was a little weird. I liked it, but
We were all dressed in like
now
neon and blacklight reflective stuff.
But now when you
So-so
come to a
was
show,
puking
you
neon
expect
Red
to
Bull
like
all over.
have
T-shirt and jeans.
a really fun, like our shows now, everybody's like, God, I have so much fun at y'all shows, and people can tell that we're having fun on stage. And it's, we said we have arguments, all this and that, but bottom line is that when we're on stage playing, we're just having a kick-ass time and trying to have everybody else join the fun and just pretty much trying to lead a party.
Yeah,
is what we're doing.
taken from the Andrew WK book.
Yeah.
Party tip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
party tips all the way,
I'm all about party tips.
and not just the tip either.
The whole party.
That was such a magical explanation of your band. But when you first started saying that, I love playing with these guys, I was like, is he about to announce a side project right now? I like these dudes, but check out my other band. It went a completely different direction.
It's just kind of I don't know.
No, but you should check out our side projects.
For sure.
We all have them.
It's just fun though. I don't know. It's fun playing with these guys.
Yeah.
I had something else to say, but I don't remember what it was. Fuck you guys.
We're being way too, little lovey-dovey right now.
Yeah.
That's super gay in here.
Very romantic.
Spaces.
But we definitely capitalize on that relationship we have. We're able to create something that we're all very proud of, and I think the whole point of this new album is kind of making a statement about rock still being a viable form of music. Sometimes when I tell people I play in a rock band, I kind of feel like a dinosaur because there's just not that much rock out there anymore.
Certainly not down in Dallas.
Oh yeah, I do some DJing at the pool sometime.
Right, and especially that's the Dallas scene right there. There's all the
got a
mimosas and
ukulele or something.
and where you got to get your suspenders, your ukulele, and a funny hat. And so we wanted to keep playing rock because that's what we grew up. We grew up on, we like, and we feel like there's still more to be said within that form of expression. And what's nice about the current lineup and the way that we've changed our attitude about the music is we're able to kind of relax and make that statement. I think the reason there isn't that much rock is because it did take itself a little too seriously. That there's a lot of people out there like, oh, what's our angle? What's our, what's going to be
niche?
Our niche? Yeah, what market are we going to target and all this stuff? And we kind of took
Emo crab beard core.
right, exactly. And don't get me wrong, I will crab on stage from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that. But we are definitely like falling into a groove and saying something about you don't have to do that. Rock isn't necessarily about how you market it, and that's so we're taking a little bit different angle than we have in the past.
Good. It sounds like you're having a good time. That's important. I think, and it's cool to have a mission. I'm actually reading a hippie's book about the mission of art, so it's cool that you are like, yeah, so our mission of this, and he did all the art for Tool. And he's like, his name's Alex Gray. Yeah. I was buying some books for a friend for his birthday, and I saw that, and I was like, I don't have the money for this, but I'm about to own this book. And so now I'm like, that's all I can think about.
That's awesome.
So you're like, I guess the mission of this album, and I was like, oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. It's good to have purpose. I think we've figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Yeah, definitely. It's taken, and we've also. I think that we like to party as a group of people. We like to party. Good. I think.
I am Jason, and I like to party.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what I was going to say. I already said that.
No, I like to party.
And so we like to bring that in our music, and we like to have fun with it too. And I think that I don't think we were necessarily intentionally trying to translate that, but I think that comes through now more than what we were doing before with the lights and the costumes and everything. Like, I think now it's just people have fun. We like to have fun.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about going to a show to see a band that's having fun is it's much easier for the fan to have fun if you you're radiating funness.
Absolutely.
It's much easier for a crowd to have a good time.
I'm Mr. Fun.
And we like to go see other bands too still. Like, we still try to go out and support local bands that we're friends with and other bands in the scene that are really awesome that we really appreciate. We're part of the Do For It Records group, and so all the bands in the Do For It thing, we always love those guys and try to support them too. But even national shows, like these guys live in Dallas. I live in Fort Worth. So I don't fortunately have the luxury of being able to go out to shows during weeknights, but if there's a big band, you went to Nothing More on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
These guys are going out supporting music in every way, shape, and form. I think that's awesome.
I went to see One Republic this week.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
And I love them. I love One Republic. Like he's a mix between he's my favorite songwriter, I think, mixed with Jamie Johnson, because that dude's a beast. But it was really exciting to see the band because I love the songs. But then I was looking at their stage, and the rooms I play in would fit twice on their stage, and it was like, goodness. I don't know if it was motivating or just like.
It's crazy when you get up there and you have that much stage to work with. I remember, normally we play smaller clubs, but we got the opportunity to play House of Blues. I guess it was last year.
2 years ago.
It's about 2 years ago.
Whatever it was. But I remember standing there, and normally I just turn around and I can put my foot up on the drum riser and rock out with Brian over here. And I turned around to put my foot up there and, kind of lock in with them.
30
and I had to run. I had to do like a 30-yard sprint across the stage to get over there and say hi.
Everywhere else we play, I mean, I can see the whites of everyone's eyes on stage if they're facing me. I can reach out and touch at least 2 people most of the time too, but House of Blues, it's a little disorienting when you're used to playing these smaller venues and you get up on stage at a place like House of Blues and like you can barely see the 2 of the other guys,
But that felt like magic, though.
It was fun. I don't think they're doing that anymore. It was this weird thing where they were doing showcases to get local bands in for free. It was a free show, and they just give you.
More important. I'm pretty sure it was
We actually got thrown the gig.
Come on. We need to sell some booze. We'll put some booze on clearance and have some of these locals in.
But it was fun. We did it with Southern Chain Gypsy, Cosmic Trigger, and Redefine. 3 other bands out there we're good buddies with. It was a good show 2 years ago.
I barely remember it. I was sick as a dog.
Oh, man.
One of the most brutal shows I've ever had to do.
Very sick.
I think
Of all shows to get sick at, you chose that one.
Yeah. You really let us down.
My friend.
Wasn't Scott from Redefine sick? That
I was
Scott
sick
was sick too.
Yeah.
I pretty much broke a fever on stage. I was sweatier than a whore in church.
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
You still did good though.
I'm here. I made it.
You want a Whopper Jr., little buddy?
I'm gonna have a Whopper Jr. and a Dr. Pepper, and I'm gonna get over it. One time, I was driving back from Tulsa. Like I said, my little brother went to school here, and I can't remember which time it was, but one time I came up here and got so ridiculously wasted that the next morning, like, I was drinking this Dr. Pepper on the drive back, and it like completely rejuvenated me. And I love Dr. Pepper, but I swear, like, if I was ever to write a book, I'd probably have more than one chapter written about Dr. Pepper. I love it.
Magical abilities.
It really is.
Would you give away the 27 different flavors?
It's 23.
23. That was close.
Man knows his Dr. Pepper.
Did you get like some sponsorship money?
Yeah, I was about to say. I noticed you guys are sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
I just had to let y'all know if you're, any of you listeners
I
out
want
there,
in on that.
if you're feeling really hungover,
Man, that's
try
the
Dr.
worst.
Pepper.
driving afterwards.
Oh,
'Cause that's-
Jesus. It was
We do,
terrible.
we do a lot of that because we'll go to a different city, we'll play a show, and invariably we get annihilated at those shows. I don't know what it is about the out of town shows. It's like you feel like, well, no one knows me here,
like a
so
mini
I'll just
yeah.
I'll just
freedom.
cut loose. And we've got a couple of great stories about that. Abilene is the one that comes to mind for me. But
Man, oh my God.
but that drive is horrific, and we're gonna do it again tomorrow. I'm sitting here talking about it on a podcast,
I gotta go straight to work.
and it's gonna be
Oh man, that's
terrible.
rough.
Yeah. Oh,
At least you're not driving.
living the dream. Yeah. I get to ride with you guys. We good.
I'll call you guys before I release this episode and be like, so how was that drive? We're still not back yet, man.
You can have like a follow-up update at the end, like, and they did make it home safely.
Dr. Pepper has pulled our sponsorship.
I don't feel that we're the family-friendly face of the brand that they thought we could be. You know,
No.
still gonna drink it.
Yeah.
Man.
I get made fun of for all of my stories being, so there it was, hammered. And so I'm holding back. But I would really like to hear about Abilene now that you've mentioned it.
I think Garrett should tell that.
I think you
No,
should.
he doesn't remember anything.
Brandon's not here to defend himself.
Oh, perfect.
God, I shouldn't have brought this up.
I don't know how I feel about
think I know this story.
I mean, you guys
My
don't have to
ridiculous
tell me the
story.
story, but
My ridiculous story was Stephenville, but we're definitely not going to talk about
Okay, no, but I can tell. I can
definitely gonna
tell
talk about
a ridiculous part of the Abilene story in relation to you, instead of Brandon. So Brandon's not here.
I woke up with dried puke on the back of my on the back of my shoulder.
On the back, he didn't know how it got there. So
have no
then
idea how it
we all meet at Denny's, and we have a really nice waitress who asked. You said you guys are either in the army or in a band, and we said we were in a band.
And look at you and possibly think.
I don't know.
I think they were
I
looking
don't.
at me, and wasn't Chris was filling in on drums for us, right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
So we had
your
we had
beard
three
is
guys
way
with
out of
super
code.
short hair.
Yeah, three bald dudes, and so anyways, Garrett has to excuse himself after we order the food.
Well, no, we were retelling events of the night before.
Oh my God,
And my
yes.
brother mentioned one particular part that I just had to leave the table and ran to the bathroom, and all the stalls were taken, so I just yacked in a urinal.
And then just came back and finished eating.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
what else could you do?
Yeah,
You're-
what else could you
The
do?
best part
you're
about,
at Denny's, you gotta
it
get
is
those
what
eggs
set it off. though.
Yeah,
Hands down.
and that I don't know if we should reveal that.
Here's the euphemistic version. Brandon was discussing the appearance of a woman who took off her her corset and what was underneath, and the particular words he chose are what set Garrett off. I won't share them today because they are graphic.
I remember unfurling.
Unraveling. So we are sharing them. Unraveling.
I wasn't there. I don't remember.
Oh, this is before your time, Bubby.
Yeah.
Much to
I
learn.
feel like I'm glad.
That was
Yeah.
those were a little that was a little crazy.
Lori might not have let you hang out with us if you.
That's definitely in my dark times.
Those were dark times in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Every time I try to tell a drunk story, the only word I can describe is mortified. Like the next day, I'm just like, that explains it perfectly.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't do anything stupid, it's like, can't believe I drank that much every time.
Regret.
We didn't have a lot of regret though. We did shameful things, but without shame.
Yeah.
For the most part.
We drove out. I mean, we basically burned Abilene to the ground and then drove out there the next day like we were on top of the world. We didn't feel good.
That was
but-
fun. It was a really good show.
Yeah.
I think I had to have my brother drive the car because I was so hungover.
I definitely remember that.
Someone else drove you back.
It's Brandon, I'm pretty sure.
Who did we play with? Oh, we played with Cole.
We played with Cold
Oh, yeah.
and One-Eyed Doll.
Yeah.
We love to open up for new metal bands from the early 2000s that have decided they want to get back on tour.
We've played
sounds
with
perfect.
Cold, Seven Dust, Nonpoint,
On point twice, right?
twice.
Yeah.
Taproot.
Oh, that was my personal favorite.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Those guys were so nice.
There's another one I feel.
They did give us a shout out on stage.
Yeah, that
I
peed
we
my
talked to them
pants.
for a
Yeah.
long time after. They were really awesome
guys.
dudes.
Their bass player has these double shoulder straps, and I bought
Totally
some
ripped
because
off.
of the Taproot
Because of
bass
that?
player. Yeah,
Poser.
Everybody knows.
Yep. That's from the
even
Taproot
picture- I
guy.
can't even
And that's
picture-
why we make fun of him for looking like a construction worker or a painter.
Yeah.
Painter.
Is it like
Just have to
suspenders?
He just needs a back belt now. You know?
Is it like suspenders? Does it look like suspenders?
does.
It pretty much does.
I just got off work at Home Depot. I'm here to play a show.
That is what it looks like.
So
That's
awesome.
exactly what it looks
We need to
like.
get you like a holster with like a drill in it or something.
Can we get him a neon orange shirt for his next show?
Definitely.
No. A Frenchie shirt.
I thought we gave up the blacklight thing. They were over this.
Tell me about your process for your album you're recording. You said you're working on a new one, and the 2 EPs you can get them on iTunes already. Everything
Yes.
like that. Good.
iTunes, Spotify.
Is No Direction the song? Is that coming up or is that just a single right
You
now?
can get it as a single right now.
Right on. That's awesome. That's a good song. Everybody listening.
And that will be on the album as well.
We'll have it remixed on the new album to make it fit, 'cause it was obviously a different recording session a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was a little crispier. Then we'll probably.
Where are you working? Where are you doing your recording?
So we are working at Empire Sound Studio in Dallas.
Sounds fancy.
It's really awesome.
We love it. Yeah.
We actually
there is amazing.
Yeah, we looked around at several different studios. We had a lot of conversations about where we wanted to go. There were a lot of really good options in front of us, but we decided on Empire Sound, and we're working with a producer that the band has actually worked with before I was in it, which I guess you guys.
Matt Aslanian. It's a friend of ours from UNT that we met, and he gave when we would party and hang out all at the same house. We had the same group of friends hung out at a place called The Face, which was just a house, and
Just walk in and jam. It was awesome.
It was awesome. Good times at The Face. Good friends. But Matt, I remember drinking over. I think it was Amy's 21st birthday or something. It was some birthday, and there was a lot of Michael Jackson playing. And Matt and Brandon and I got in a real big conversation about Michael Jackson and his production and Quincy Jones production and all that stuff. And so Matt was in, gave us his card and was like, "Hey, I'm working at the studio. You guys should hit me up sometime." And then a year or two later, we actually did hit. Once we were ready to record, we hit him up, and that was our second EP called the Kidnapping EP. And he did 2 songs on that for us. He did Tail Chaser, and then he did Reveal, Refrain, Release, which is actually a secret song on that one. Long story. It's long.
Well, we weren't able to.
Bogged down.
Yeah. It's a secret song because it was from another session. I wasn't singing on it, and we weren't able to remix it because the project files got lost.
So pretty much Garrett, we were a 5-piece before Garrett joined the band, and Garrett's brother Brandon was in the band, and he was the lead singer, quote unquote. But him and Daniel essentially both shared the lead,
Pretty much
the lead
co-lead
vocals.
singers, yeah.
And then when Garrett joined the band, he became the sole lead singer, and so we had some stuff recorded and some stuff that we didn't. And so Garrett retracked vocals on the stuff that we did have recorded for that EP. But then that one song we did with Matt got lost. The studio got under new ownership, and then they didn't save the files, all this stuff. So we never got a version of that song with Garrett on it. So we put the old version with Brandon on it at the end of the CD, just so we could at least have it on there.
Yeah.
But so that's why we're so excited this time around. It's Brian doing his parts, Garrett doing his parts. We're all doing the whole thing instead of someone doing something that somebody else wrote or that sort of thing.
And that song that we're talking about, Reveal, Refrain, Release, we re-recorded it. It's going to be on the new album.
Yeah. Yes.
It's going to be different.
Yes.
And it's going to be cool.
The 14 songs is what we're doing for
That's
this
a
thing.
bunch.
So,
It's a lot. Yeah.
That's a whole bunch.
Sometimes
Are you guys doing it song by song, or
record them if you got them.
you start with drums and you just play all 14
yeah.
songs one day?
pretty
And
much.
Yeah, I mean, we laid drums down over the course of about 2 days, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, each song demands something a little bit differently. Generally, we're going guitars first, at least rhythm guitars. There's one song where we'll probably go bass first, one song where we'll go keyboard first, just kind of what the song dictates, but then fill in all the other space around that after that.
We do still have a lot to do.
I'm worried about you, Garrett, trying to sing 14 songs in the studio.
He's already got some.
Spread that out a little bit.
Yeah.
The goal is to, I've got 6 done in 2 days. So
then we're trying to get we pretty much worked on half of it, and these songs are coming together the easiest, so we're just going to continue to keep building on them. And then there's the other half. But I say 14 songs. 2 of those songs are remixes. So No Direction is a remix. We already recorded that. And then this other song, Freela Deela, we've also previously recorded. And so we're just going to remix those, and then we're doing 12 new ones. So 6 is half, and then the other 6, we still have to have a lot of work to do.
And they're not remixes like now it's going to have like a dance beat.
No,
under it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a remix as we just changing some levels.
I mean,
and
we could
kinda-
go that direction.
It still
if you
sounds
guys
like
want.
you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We could open source that shit, put it up
Yeah.
on SoundCloud.
You guys remix this, and then we're gonna sell it.
Why not? Yeah.
When we got exactly no responses, it'd be pretty disappointing.
No. Just announce that nobody did well enough.
Yeah, there you
we
go,
didn't get
yeah.
good enough remix.
Your remixes suck.
So here's ours.
Who's gonna be
Thanks for
offended?
nothing, fans.
we need smarter fans.
Yep. So we've got a big road ahead of us, but we're excited about it.
I'm excited. You guys are excited.
Yes.
We're excited that you're excited that we're excited.
I can feel the excitement, and it's making me excited. tell me about your writing process. How's that go? I can't imagine writing with 17 people in a single band.
We
It was a lot harder when there was
we gotta cut some
27
of these
of
people
us.
out.
So you cut some people for the writing process.
Yeah.
And I guess that where it comes in. You were talking about the egos and friendship over writing. I can imagine it would be the most writing. Maybe writing in a van forever might cause some fights. But tell me about your writing process. How smooth is that?
It's mostly smooth.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely not like any one set process. I think
Right.
the majority of the ideas come from either Sosa or Daniel. But I mean, anything that anyone comes up with is definitely fair game. I've got a keyboard song on the album. There's definitely been stuff that has stemmed more from like rhythm guitar or drum writing than anything else. And we just kind of flesh ideas out depending on what it calls for, who's there when we're working on an idea, because we don't necessarily all 6 get together every single time that we're trying to work on stuff. Sometimes it's just 3 or 4 of us.
There's a lot of part of this kind of the writing process. It tended to be Brandon and you particularly. It was either one of you guys at practice. It was rarely both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there was 6 of us. Everyone. That's another thing. We were all almost 30, so everyone in the band's got a real job.
Out us.
And so it's hard to get all 6 of us in the same place at the same time.
sure.
And everyone's busy. Everyone's got stuff. He just got married. Yeah, it's so our time together is definitely very valuable. So I think we used to live together and write together and play together back in the day in Denton, and things came a lot easier. And so now I think it's we're more focused whenever we do get together and get more stuff done.
That's what I was thinking. It leaves less time for bad ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So we and it also helps to have more than one opinion, because if someone's on the fence about something, and then what if the other 3 guys are like, hell no? It's like, okay, cool, that was an easy decision.
All right.
Yeah, because there's nothing like writing a whole song and then dragging the rest of the band kicking and screaming through trying to finish it. That's we definitely tried that a couple of times and worked out for it.
We had somebody record your parts, so it's already released. Sorry. So I guess we're playing it.
Yeah, there's
This happens from time to time.
Yeah, I think of the 12 new ones, we probably scrapped maybe 8 ideas, maybe 10 ideas
8 or 10
or
at
so
least.
before we got to this point. There was a few that we spent some good time on, and we're like, this just isn't working,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy with everything that we've got. There's not a bad song on the thing that as far as I'm concerned, anyways.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Yeah, we're obviously not myopic at all.
There's one bad song, but we leave it to the listener to find it.
Yes, you gotta tell
Your
me.
mission.
Good luck.
Find the shitty song.
It's a sabotage.
Yeah.
And that's when you'll get a fan response.
Yeah.
Hey,
You bet your ass they're going to get online and talk about it if they find the shitty song.
Remember those girls that posted a YouTube video making fun of us?
Oh, yes, I do. I do remember being totally smeared on the internet. Thank you for reminding me.
Forgot about
What they call you, like Assy McGee or something?
I can't remember.
Douche Magoosh.
Yeah, it was something.
Douche Magoosh. Yeah, it was Douche Magoosh. Which,
Perfect.
douche my
so, yeah, I think it's a great story. So, when we were doing our concept band idea, we were wearing all the crazy, outfits, the black light and all that stuff. We had this manager who convinced us to do a video, and we had this one song that everybody seemed to like a lot, and so we recorded it. It was like great, and so we had the option to either go and record more music or use the funds we had to record a video. For the record, to this day, we'll tell everybody that I voted against the video. But it was a song I sang, so I got to be front and center in this video after I got voted down.
Thousand Worlds is the song.
Thousand Worlds, and this was so we did the video. The video took like 6 months to do. It was supposed to take like 2 months, and it took like 6 months to do. The guy couldn't finish it. It was all in front of a green screen, and this thing ended up looking like we look like gay space pirates in the video. And it's
we took it off the internet.
It's terrible. And I'm just singing my little heart out in my tight little black pants and this
Fingerless gloves.
My fingerless gloves. Yeah, my little costumes. And in front of a green screen, and it looks like gay space. It's like a video game from like 1996 meets gay space pirates, and it was terrible. So we decided to finish it and put it out against our better judgment, and we put it out there, and
spent so much money and time on it. We were like, all right, we have to get it out.
We had to put it out there. So we put it out there, and immediately we are getting just crushed on the internet. It's like people are saying, and of course, all of this is getting pinned on me because the video pretty much I'm like front and center in this thing the whole time. So I'm horrified at what's happening at this point. And these two girls who I met at I was terrified, mortified, terrified. So I meet these two girls at a bar one night, and I gave them a CD, and so they go and they find the video online, and so they took like what must have been like an hour out of their life to like film just a commentary on how bad our video was, and they're
like 17 or something or 18.
Yeah, I mean they're young. They're like freshmen
they were
in
old enough
college.
to be out at bars, but not necessarily drinking.
Yeah, I don't think they were drinking. I think they had exes, but they, I mean. They were relentless. They
eviscerated.
I mean, oh my god. And so we find this thing. So when you search Raven Charter, Thousand Worlds, or whatever, it's like one of like the second thing that pops up is just a video of them making fun of us and how we look at gay space pirates. And so at that point we realized something had to be done. We fired our management and we basically like swiped it off the internet. We sent emails to people, like it was on a comedy website. That's how bad it was.
It got picked
up. And we
up.
had to send an email to them saying cease and desist. Like this is a copyright infringement. Better you take it down now. And I don't know. We could have actually backed that up, but
the words sound big enough.
Oh yeah, when you say cease and desist, and so they did. They took it down. But I haven't seen it in a couple of years. I'm sure it's still out there
Probably
somewhere.
up on the internet.
I hope so.
Somewhere.
I'm going to
Definitely find screenshots of it.
You can find screenshots.
Screenshots for sure.
Because I still like to show.
I know where to find it because I'm the one who uploaded it.
I still have. We made with this management team. We made like 40 DVDs with this video on it and our album on it, and it was like a press kit, and we sent them off to labels. And this is in like 2007 when labels you still like wanted to send stuff to them, I just stalled out on forgot what I was talking about. So you can't find it on the internet, but I got a box in my shed with like 30 of those.
Oh, good. So only 10 got out.
Yeah.
We'll send you the whole box if you want.
I would love that. I'll send it out as my press kit.
Give them out as
shit.
There's a token. You do my podcast, you get this
I'm gonna
shit.
hand them out to homeless people as they're driving down.
I gave you one, Brandon.
But so that
You showed it to me. I don't know if you gave it. I probably left it.
I think you did. I think I tried to give it to you and you just left it.
it is actually the lowest point of my entire life. I'm pretty sure that was rock bottom for me.
It's pretty far down there. Yeah.
It's and so I'd like to thank my bandmates for putting me through that.
For letting that happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping, I was like, man, if you sent that out to a bunch of record labels, how awesome would it be if all of a sudden you got like this tour, this huge tour, but it's all at comedy clubs.
And we have to play the one song.
Actually, there was at least one person on the internet that said it had like they were not convinced that it wasn't something from Tim and Eric's awesome show.
This has to be a joke.
It was so bad.
But I mean, was the song good?
I still stand behind the song, although I mean I'm probably biased because it's a keyboard song.
We've since released a homemade video of just footage of us in the studio and stuff, and like a slideshow with the song to replace it.
You guys should recreate it later in life when you're playing big shows. Like, hey, throwback Thursday to.
Brian won't wear a gas mask, so
We'll do a second attempt of a full green screen video for that song.
That was such a bad idea.
That's early to be doing that, I think.
It was
early technology.
We were very ambitious. We were like, oh, this
terrible.
And our management wasn't helping us. They were egging us on. Like, this is
I don't
a good
mean
idea.
in your career. I mean just in green screen kind of technology, affordable green screen stuff.
It wasn't very affordable. That was the whole thing. And what it was, like the guy, he just wanted to fuck around with a green screen. Like that's really at the end of the day, he's a filmmaker who had his own studio in Denton, and he knew the guy that recorded Eric Delegard, the guy that recorded our kidnapping EP. Eric did the sound for a movie that this guy made. I don't remember the dude's name. You remember the dude's name? Brown. Michael Brown. Yeah. So we agreed to do this music video for us, and so we did this whole thing. But he was not making a music video. He wasn't concerned about our vision at all. He just wanted to get some dudes in front of a green screen and see what he could do. And so we thought, music video takes a week to edit, maybe,
Yeah.
And so literally it took this dude 6 months, and we had set a release date. This is our video release show in September. We shot it in March.
Oh yeah, it turned out to be just like a
and it wasn't
It ended
done.
up being like a 30 to 40 second clip of it at this show. At this show that we pushed harder than
see it too.
yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Force.
Yeah,
it may have been one of the hardest shows that we've pushed, and then we didn't even have the finished product to show.
It was the height of our, I don't know, what's the word, our clout in Denton or whatever. Like for that show, we drew 211 people or whatever. We maxed out the boiler room to capacity. It's the biggest show we've ever played there. And that was the last time we ever brought that many people because we didn't have a real video in front of all these people that came to see it. And so after that, I mean, that's when, the internet thing was one thing. And then there was a whole bunch of shit just went down at that point. We were like, all right, we gotta reset.
Let's take a look at this.
This isn't working right now.
Fire the management. Dropped the whole concept.
And then Garrett came in, right around that
very
time.
shortly thereafter.
Garrett, had you seen the video before you joined the band?
Yeah, I've been actually, I was there the first time like these guys jammed. So even though I haven't been in the band,
He's been there the whole
I've
time.
heard the first kernels of the Raven Charter from 2004 because my brother came home from college that summer, and he had these just really simple recordings that Sosa and the first drummer, Brandon, had put together at the time. And so me and my brother would listen to it all the time, and he would show me like what he was working with. I mean, I certainly wouldn't take any credit on anything, but he bounced ideas off me.
Brandon and Garrett were in a band together in high school.
Yeah, in high school we were in a band together. So I mean, I've played music with my brother my whole life, and the only time I haven't been in a band was when I was in college, which is weird because I went to UNT and I ran live sound for shitloads of bands, but I was never in one. But I would go to parties and jam. People were like, "Damn, can you play bass, dude?"
real good bass player right here.
I feel like if it was my brother's band, I would have been the one with the idea for the gay pirate video.
Oh no, I did that subliminal messages to all guys.
You guys should wear tight red
Gay
pants.
Space Pirates.
Gay space pirate.
But it was cool. It was
way
cool
ahead of our time.
once Garrett came in and everything. Like it all clicked a lot better once we started doing that.
We're gonna get to Mars in 2030, and that's still gonna be like the #1 song in Mars because his life there.
That'd be fun.
And I will still be terrified.
Yeah, and so that was I joined the band. I started performing with the band in June 2010. So I've been in the band a little over 4 years, and during the time when I joined was kind of when we were starting to have issues with our drummer at that time. Stephen Thacker, he's an awesome dude, but he was ended up joining the military to be in the Army band. Really big honor. I mean, he's a really awesome drummer. And so that's when we were like, uh-oh, because he gave us a long time, like, hey, just so you know, in 6 months I'm gone. So he still shows with us, obviously. And then for a little bit of time, we had the first drummer from Raven Charter, Chris Musso. He filled in for a lot of shows for us because, we just had opportunities for lots of shows, like down in Austin for South by Southwest and stuff. And we're like, man, we got to do these. So we had fill-in drummers, like, helping out. And then we had some other fill-in drummers that didn't work out as well. But, yeah, we had fun. And then, like we said, Brian came around about 2 years ago from Craigslist, and it was awesome because we had tried out a couple drummers and it just wasn't working out. And I just remember within the song we had him audition to is our song called The Kidnapping, and I remember within the first 10 seconds of the song, I had a big shit-eating grin on. I was like, this is the guy. And, pretty much we even auditioned like 1 or 2 more drummers. We're like, fuck this man. Brian is the man.
We're
like,
done.
He like
Love you,
totally
Brian.
clicked. Yeah, it's
Stole the show.
I could have told you.
I tried telling you guys.
So it's been cool. It's been cool having Brian in the band because he's the fresh perspective. You know, he gives everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been
Yeah.
in each other's shit for so long that like it's nice to it's nice to have an outside
An
and
observer.
he listens to different music than we all grew up listening to and stuff, and so he shows us stuff that we weren't too familiar with, and vice versa. So
He's by far the best personality fit we've had. Drummer's been an issue for us for a long time. We've always been very technical, and it's been very hard on drummers. You know, we play everything to a metronome. We had lots of weird time signatures. It's a big pain in the ass, and so now we needed. You know, we couldn't pick a drummer based on how well they fit with us. We had to find somebody who could do it, and so we've had a few drummers that maybe didn't mesh as well. Weren't really on board as much, and Brian feels like he's been with us the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And he helps us with our rock identity, really. I mean,
Yeah, my style's totally different than the past.
Yeah. He didn't own a double kick pedal.
I had to get a double kick drum pedal just to be. So after the audition, Daniel calls me. He's like, "So we really dug it. Thought you were really good, but you're gonna need to get a double kick pedal. Otherwise, it's like it's either that or we're gonna have to keep looking." I was like, "Well, if that's what it is, I'll get a double kick pedal."
you really didn't want to though.
I can't.
And you got to play 2 metronome all the time.
And I have to play metronome, which was the first.
I drive
Not
a hard
that that's
bargain.
How easy was it to transfer to using a double kick?
I don't use it anymore.
once he learned the songs that he needed to,
I learned it for the songs that we still play that use the double kick drum, but for the most part, like all the new stuff, I just use single pedal.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I love double kick drum. It's just playing it is.
Well, it's funny because now when we listen back to stuff that like gets recorded, whether it's live or even in the studio, it's like, Brian, you really said you hate that double kick pedal, but you're
throwing it in there.
I try to throw it in all the time, but
Yeah.
I just can't. It's not as clean as I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes and goes.
And it helps us sound a little bit less metal. We have been playing with so many metal bands over the course of the band's existence, and we've never really identified as being like a metal band. But there's just a lot of metal bands out there, and so those are the shows we got lumped into. And so having less double kick definitely helps us kind of pull away from that and make it more accessible to a crowd that maybe we weren't hitting before.
Yeah, I mean, we can put together a heavy set list that'll fit with metal bands, but the majority of our catalog is not really in that vein.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to describe our own music, as you can tell.
Stop! I said rock.
How about can I play No Direction on the podcast?
Yeah, sure.
And
We'd
then
love for you to.
You won't have to describe anything; it'll just be there.
What if I say no?
No.
Well, I'll just cut out that no and all yeses. The votes are in.
Post-production.
Yes.
Well, great,
You've
dude.
got a lot of control there.
Yes, it's pretty awesome. I haven't done it, but I've considered how easy it would be to make everybody sound like really douchey and like just make me sound awesome and everybody else really douchey.
I'd almost like
You
to see
wouldn't
you
have to
try
do
just
much
to see-
editing
I was
for
gonna
these
say.
two.
Like
Yeah, for Garrett and I, it should be easy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Our band is called Gay Space Pilot, Gay Space Pirate.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Very nice.
see, I can fix that. Too.
Yeah, you better fix that.
Well, great. So, thank you guys for first of all
you.
coming to the basement. I'm glad you're in Tulsa. Hope you have a good. I hope you have a good show. For
Thank
sure.
you, sir. You're coming out, right?
Absolutely, I'll be there.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, thank you for having us, man. This has been a lot of fun.
We'll be the drunk guys who look like us.
Oh,
It's our pillow universe selves. We're watching too much Fringe.
I'm gonna go on and guess. I don't know you. Well, again, thanks for coming, man.
You too, buddy.
I'll see you guys soon. And here's No Direction by the Raven Charter.
Despite
darkness, but I haven't found the light. Has it gone to abandon me like I've abandoned you? I've got no direction and no reason to persevere and try to reclaim you. No direction and no reason, and I've lost the will to see truth. No direction and no reason. Got so I'll sit at the How can I live so aimlessly? How am I strayed so far away? When will someone connect with me and lift me up and point me back? No direction and no reason to persevere and reclaim you. No direction and no reason. I've lost the will to see truth. No direction and no reason to reclaim you, reclaim you. No direction and no